Alright, another story time for you. This one about wives and girlfriends. Alrighty. First and foremost, my very first girlfriend, first name is Vernell. I think I'm only going to use first names today. Vernell. We met in I believe it was first grade. Best of my recollection, we met in first grade, Giddings Elementary School, Cleveland, Ohio. And in school, they line you up for everything. Line you up for everything. Recess, nap time, whatever, you get lined up. So we were in line one day, and some reason she decided to put her coat over our heads, and she kissed me. From that point on, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. She never asked me to be a boyfriend, but we were boyfriend and girlfriend. I loved her with all my heart, probably still do. And like that. So beginning about third grade, we would get married every day after school. We had a friend named Ronnie. Can't think of his last name. He was the preacher, and then all of our little friends would be around, and we'd get married. And I think it was mainly just an excuse to kiss every day. But we got married almost every day after school, and we were together. So we were going into junior high school, and my friend somehow convinced me that I should break up with her, or in the words of that time, I should quit her, because the boys in high school were much tougher, and you would have to fight. And, she was so pretty, and, she was going to be going with an older boy, yada, yada, yada. You don't want to go through all that trouble. So, me being the little weakling that I was at the time, I quit her. She went on and, best of my knowledge, had one other boyfriend. After high school, they got married, had a child, and, as far as I know, lived happily ever after. But our song, though, was at some point, maybe fourth grade, fifth grade, something like that, she got her sisters and cousins and together, all about our age, and they sung to me, Tonight you're mine completely. Give your love so sweetly. Light of love is your eyes. Or will you love me tomorrow? Yeah, probably one of my favorite songs ever to this day. But moving right along, about 64, I met a young lady by the name of Latia. I fell madly in love with her, but we were both too young to really do anything. Long story short, I waited until she was 18. She had a child by somebody else when she was 16. We kind of fell out of communication with each other. And when we got back in touch with each other, she had a 2-year-old son. And I was still in love with her. We got together, and we were together for a couple of years. Had a daughter in 77. And I chased her around the country for years, and for a few years, followed her to Chicago. Stayed there a couple of years. She went to Long Island, New York, and I followed her there. And then I think I finally got the hint that she didn't want to be bothered with me anymore. So I went on back to Cleveland, and started my life back again. We didn't necessarily have a song, so that was that. In '69, however, I was part of the Afro Set, Black Nationalist Party for Self-Defense. And one day, a young lady came in. We had a building that had, for lack of a better term, two storefronts. They were connected in the middle with a staircase to the basement where the bathrooms were, and I think they used one side for a kitchen. But one side was a private for just members, and the other side was public. So she came in the public side and was in a hurry, saying, "Oh, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't tell her anything." A few minutes later, an older person came in, woman come in, and she was asking, had I seen her daughter, Liberia? I said, I don't know Liberia, and I'm sorry, I haven't seen anybody, yada, 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 like that. So after a few minutes of talking to a few other people, she left. And I finally went downstairs and told Liberia that her mother had gone. And we started talking, and long story short, we fell in love. Got married in '71. But before that, our song was Michael Jackson's, or Jackson 5, or whoever, was When I treat wrong again. That you've been gone, don't you know you're out with my head and now who loves me. That was our song. But anyway, we married in '71. November 6th of '71. She had our first daughter, November 21st of '71. Our second daughter, October 11th of '72. And then our third wedding anniversary, the day after our third wedding anniversary, she found out I was cheating. She went crazy. I think we got a bunch of glass stuff for that anniversary. Broke every piece of glass in the house. And essentially told me I had to go. So I left, but we remained good friends. And in '79, I met a young lady by the name of Linda, playing in a band, I believe it was called the Night Shift Band at the VFW on 55th, near about Quincy, I think it was. And she'd come in there with her sister. We met, we danced, she loved to dance, I loved to dance. So we kind of hooked up, we made it official, if you will, January 1st, 1980. We became, now granted I had not divorced my first wife yet. So from 1980 to '83, Linda put no pressure on me to marry her. We lived together. In early '83, the pressure started to build to get married. I believe most of it, a lot of it came from my mother and some from her mother. So I finally had to make the decision to divorce my first wife. It was finalized on my birthday, June 7th of 1983. And Linda and I were married July 16th of 1983. We stayed married for 13 years, exactly 13 years. Our divorce was final on July 16th, 1996. Our song was Billy Joel's Boom, 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 Don't go changing. Try to please me. Never let me down. Don't matter. Too familiar. I don't see you anymore. I'm not leaving. Time to trouble. I need words. I'll take a bad time. Take you just the way you are. Yeah. So that's about it. Women in my life. Short and boring, but I loved each one of them with every bit of my heart. Love my kids, love my grandkids. And we'll see you next time for whatever happens next.